Greetings, Japan fans! In today's show, we're looking at problem solving for leaders. This is going to be very interesting. Maishu, arigatou gozaimasu, and welcome back to the Leadership Japan series. I'm your host in Tokyo, Dr. Greg Story, your corporate coaching and training guy, the president of Dale Carnegie Training Japan, and the best-selling author, Japan Sales Mastery. We are broadcasting around the world from Minato-ku in the center of Tokyo, the leadership capital of Japan. Now, this podcast brings insights, example, and experience about leading in Japan. Trust me, it is different here. If you have feedback on the show or have preferences about potential future topics, then leave us your comments. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. You might also enjoy the Presentations Japan series and the Sales Japan series, wherever you get your podcast. This one on leadership released every week, Wednesday, midnight Tokyo time. If you'd like to join a free live workshop where we can deal with any questions you have, then put in the email header. I am based in wherever you live and am interested in joining your live leadership workshop. Send it to me, greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. That's greg.story, S-T-O-R-Y, at Dale Carnegie, all one word, DALECARNEGIE.com. We are planning to do a Zoom meeting with everyone, and that means we can record it for those who can't make it. Tell me your location because I may do a couple of versions to best suit your time zone. We're planning this for September 28th, so shoot me your information so we can organize everything in time. You can contact me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Now, before we get going, today's handy Japanese phrase is, we might want to pay by credit card. So we just want to check, they'll take a card. We say, "Kado de ii desu ka? Kado 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 de ii desu ka? Can I pay by credit card? Kado de ii desu ka? Can I pay by credit card? Kado de ii desu ka?" I remember I was in Osaka a few years ago, and credit cards hadn't caught on so much there, but I was giving my card to the cabbie, the driver. He said in Osaka, "Ben, I can't. No way, get out of here. I can't. It was so funny. Anyway, credit cards, much more popular in Japan these days, so you can ask, "Kado de ii desu ka? Can I pay by credit card? Kado de ii desu ka? Kado de ii desu ka? Kado de ii desu ka? Can I pay by credit card?" Now, this is episode number 321. That's 321, 321. And today we're talking about problem solving in business for leaders. Leaders are problem solving experts. They have the authority, money, and time to apply their skills to fixing things that are broken in the business. In fact, they spend a lot of time eyes peering toward the horizon, trying to identify future trouble. They are detail-oriented around systems because they have learnt if the systems break down and they don't know about it, things get ugly very quickly. They also know that their staff are card-carrying, keep the boss in the dark experts too. Japan is great like that. Most of the things that go wrong, you as the boss will never get to hear about. That is because people bury the problem from your purview, never fess up that something has fallen off the rails. Usually only find this stuff out by chance. Well, if your team fail to keep it hidden from the boss and you do discover a problem, what is the best way of dealing with it? Here are 4 handy steps. 1. Clarify what exactly is the problem. There tends to be a lot of noise around problems. Different people are concentrating on different elements of the issue. Often staff are very good and highly satisfied with applying a nice band-aid to the problem and then busily moving on. This is nice, except that we need to clearly grasp what is the actual issue. What is the core problem we are looking at? Is this a one-off or a systemic problem? Is this part of a sequential chain or an outlier? Number 2, what are the causes of the problem? Sometimes this is not quite as clear as we would wish. There may be an attempt to mask responsibility for something that was altered or underdone that triggered the event. Don't forget, everyone is a bona fide expert at hiding stuff from the boss, especially if it involves their own error. We need some forensic skills here to really dig down into the entrails of what happened. What was supposed to happen? What was the variance? When did it happen? How often does it happen, and who are involved in the process? Number 3, what are the possible solutions? Finding out someone has screwed things up may lend itself to a first response boss explosion. This is natural because the buck stops here is addressed to the boss, who ultimately has to take responsibility for how well the operation runs. If there's a major compliance violation, then this looks especially bad on your boss record. It means you are not overseeing the work sufficiently well enough. This can make bosses nervous and explosive, especially if a lot of mud lands on the boss. Oh no! Find out more when we come back from the break. Today's show is brought to you by our public courses, but we also do custom in-house programs as well. We do them in both Japanese and English to boot. So, looking at our public courses today, this podcast on problem solving in business for leaders is brought to you by our Step Up the Leadership program. Next one on that is September the 2nd, not that far away. Step Up the Leadership, excellent program, one-day program. Takes the people who are new to leading from zero to hero very, very quickly in one day. Gives them all the basics. Okay, what is your role as a leader? Let's be clear about that. We talk about that. How do you communicate as a leader? How do you coach as a leader? How do you get performance done as a leader? These are the things they need to know immediately, and in this one-day program, this is what they get taught. Excellent one day. If you need something more in-depth, and this is often the case in Japan where leaders are not really leaders, they're managers, and they've never really been taught leadership. Leadership training for managers, that is the solution. Next one is coming up November the 5th, runs for 7 weeks. November 5th runs for 7 weeks. Look for that one. That is an excellent program. That is really the nuts and bolts. That is everything. This is the Swiss Army knife of leadership in a course. Got the works. It's got everything you need. It's in depth. It is really thorough. Give them this program. That will solve all the problems they have because it covers everything. Amazing course. That's Leadership Training for Managers. Next one, November 5th. Look for these 2 courses on our website, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com, enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Now, our website is full of useful resources. Go to enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Also, you can email me, greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Watch the Cutting Edge Japan Business Show on YouTube, and also over at YouTube, we have over 800 training videos there at Japan Dale Carnegie TV. Get my book, Japan Sales Mastery, the Bible for selling in Japan. Welcome back. We have to suspend our desire to lash out and flog the guilty party. Actually, we want their help on how to fix this. Through the distinct process of elevation in the ranks, the boss gets further and further away from the everyday detail of what is going on. This means we need the expertise of those who know how things work in detail. We need to seek their ideas on what to do. We need to have them come up with the various alternatives to solve the issue. Number 4, what is the best solution? This is where the boss has to make the judgment call. The power of money and authority is attached to the boss position, and the selection amongst competing options needs a decision. This is all fine and dandy, but the troops have to execute on that decision. Are they ready, willing, and able to do that? They may not buy into the solution and just give it token acceptance. This is where the boss needs to track that what has been decided actually gets done. If the new system is a pain from the point of view of the staff, they may not actually do it or do it completely. Best to check up on progress or lack thereof. They may or may not be willing to devote the energy needed to fix the work. They may have no enthusiasm to do it the way the boss wants it and instead prefer to do it another way that suits them more. The boss's authority is being brooked here, but the staff can be quite bold in Japan. They know it is not something that will get you fired in this country, so they feel they can vary the solution and get away with it, especially if the boss doesn't find out about it. Are they able to do it? If they don't have the resources, and that usually means time, amongst all the other things they have to do, then the execution of the solution gets waylaid. The fix often requires more resources than were available before, and all the boss could do was shoot out orders unable to provide additional help. That doesn't generate much joy in those left to pick up the pieces. The command may have been given, but it doesn't mean everyone is saluting it. Best that the boss check up on what is actually getting done. Action steps. 1. Clarify what exactly is the problem. 2. Check on what are the causes of the problem. 3. Look at what are the possible solutions. 4. Decide which is the best solution. And 5. Make sure the troops are ready, willing, and able to implement the solution. Thank you for joining the Leadership Japan series. If you found the program useful, then tell your family, friends, and colleagues. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you would like to join a free live workshop where we can deal with any questions you have, then just put in the email header, I am based in wherever you live and am interested in joining your live leadership session, and send it to greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. I'm planning to do a Zoom meeting with everyone. We'll record it for those who can't make it. Tell me your location, because I may do a couple of versions to best suit your time zone. We are planning this for September 28th, so shoot me your information so we can organise everything in time. You can email me at greg.story@dalecarnegie.com. Also, remember to access your Dale Carnegie training, free reports, white papers, ebooks, training videos, blogs, newsletters, course information, plus much, much more. Go to enjapan.dalecarnegie.com. Watch our videos at Japan Dale Carnegie TV on YouTube. Start reading Japan Sales Mastery. Listen to my other podcasts, the Presentation Japan series and the Sales Japan series, wherever you get your podcast. Watch my TV show, The Cutting Edge Japan Business Show, on YouTube. It comes out every Tuesday. Until the next episode, take what you thought valuable, put it into action, because idea application is what makes winners winners. So be one of them. Remember, I'm your corporate coaching and training guy here in Japan, ready to help you grow your business.